Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're gonna get right into it in a minute, y'all. Kind of trying to clean up a little bit. Get some stuff situated real quick. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I don't understand the hypocrisy of maga. Just the total, blatant hypocrisy that these people have. I gotta hit my breathing treatment real quick. The total blatant hypocrisy with no kind of remorse for what they do or what they say. They're just puppets. They're just puppets and talking points. That's it. Don't you want to be somebody? Don't you want to have your own thoughts and your own ambitions? Right now, they got a man who's sitting up there telling people what they thoughts and ambitions should be. They be like, yes, sir, you right about this. This is what I should want. I've been wanting the wrong things in my life. I think, yeah. Yeah, let me do something real quick, guys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's green. Okay. This is what hypocrisy is. People scream. This is what they do. Like I live in Texas. This is the hypocrisy that's in the Republican and MAGA party. Texas voted on redistricting their maps, right? So they can pick up 5 more Republican seats. That means they will have to throw Democrats out of their congressional districts and put Republicans in those seats. They did that. But the thing about it is, guys, Texas voted in the Senate. They didn't bring it. They didn't bring that to the people and let the people vote for it because they know the people would have rejected it. California voted last night to redistrict their map, but they left it to the people. The people went out and voted just like a normal election. It passed. But now the Republicans is like, this is illegal what California is doing. California residents said this is what they wanted. And my thing is, like the Speaker of the House, Louisiana crime is very, very high. Won't you worry about your own state instead of every. You can't turn California into Louisiana. I guess that's what y'all want. But this is the hypocrisy. I'm going to let y'all listen to it. I'm going to let y'all listen to it. This is Ted Cruz and what he says about redistricting.
Number one, I think it's a good thing that the Texas legislature is moving forward with redistricting. As you noted, the map they put out is designed to elect an additional 5 Republicans to Congress. That could well be the difference between maintaining a Republican majority in the House for the next 4 years or not. And if you look at all the incredible victories we've won in the last 6 months, whether securing the border and an historic investment into building the wall.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? It's fine the way Texas did it. Let the lawmakers vote and then the citizens just have to deal with it. We're not going to leave it to the citizens and what they want. We're the lawmakers. We're going to make laws for the citizens. We're not going to ask them about it. That's what Texas did. California did it the right way. But this is what you have Speaker of the House, the Speaker of the House say about what California did last night. The people voted in California. The people didn't vote in Texas to redistrict those maps. Only the Senate did. The Senate in Texas voted. The regular voters we were left out. We didn't have any say so in what we wanted. California voters did. And they hate that. They hate that you have an opportunity to do what you want to do instead of, excuse me. It's like they want to make you do what they want you to do. Let me rephrase that. They want to make you do what they want you. I can't even say it. I think you know what I'm saying. These people want to control you. They want to control your speech. They want to control how you live in your bedroom.
I don't have anything to do with redistricting. The Speaker of the House, people think we're in charge of everything. This is a state-by-state battle. We do believe...
You hear what he said? A state-by-state battle. So why are you worried about what California is doing? You and the rest of them didn't have no problem when Texas was doing it. It was fine. It was all in fine because the president wanted it. But now that somebody is playing chess with you, move for move, you don't like the game anymore. You want to take your chess game and go home because they're cheating. They're playing the same game as I'm playing, and I don't like that. I should have the upper hand on them. Okay.
The Speaker of the House, people think we're in charge of everything. This is a state-by-state battle. We do believe at the end of the day that we will net more seats for the Republican Party than the Democrat Party. I mean, everybody, that's the analysis. I'll make a comment about the tragedy.
Do you understand what he's saying, though?
Last night.
Do you understand? They're going to eventually net more seats than the Democrat Party by changing the maps. And somebody please tell me, if you're up there changing the maps and the voters don't have a say-so, the people in that state don't have a say-so, then you're rigging the election. If the voters have a say-so in what they want, then the people have spoken. The Republicans don't do it that way. They just, since they hold a majority in certain states, they just, you know what, we're just going to do it. We're just going to change the maps. We're not going to ask the people what they want. Because it's really F the people. You can't take it when you do it to somebody else.
What California did is very, very different, as you all know.
It is.
By comparison to what a state like Texas did. Texas was following the federal and state constitution, following their state law and redistricting.
See now it's Texas was following the state law when they rigged their maps. I live in Texas. So Texas was following the state law when they rigged their maps. But, like I explained, the people of Texas didn't get the vote on it. It was just the people in power in the Senate and stuff, and the Texas legislature voted for the people, which we didn't have a voice. California, what they did last night is they had, just like in a regular election, do you want Prop 50 or don't you want it? Yes or no? If you vote yes, that means you vote for redistricting, and if you vote no, you're against redistricting. They voted yes, the people have spoken, and now MAGA is crying foul. It's not right. It's against the law. The California voters have spoken. You cannot take their voice away, Mr. Mike Johnson, even though that's what you want. It's not. It's like I say. The Republican lawmakers in Texas changed the map without the will of the people, without the people saying anything about it. California changed their maps. The people voted on it last night. It came out that they wanted their maps to be redistricted, so the people have spoken, like I said. But why is it the Democrats are cheating and rigging elections when we do the same exact thing that you did, but we let our people vote? on what they want, yes or no. Do you want it like this or don't you want it like this? That's the best way to do it instead of having just people in Congress just say, you know, we're just going to change it and we don't care what the people think. That's what Texas did.
California was not. They had to trample over their own state law, over their own independent redistricting commission that they had all put into place. It was a desperation, a sign of desperation on the Democrat Party. It was a game to try to rig the election.
See,
as if you could gerrymander California anymore.
You see what I'm saying? These people are straight lunatics. They talk out of both sides of their mouths. That's the problem. They really talk on both sides of their mouths. One instance, Texas is fine when they redistrict their maps without the voters' input, without the voters voting on it. But when California voters vote on what they want and it passes, then that's rigging. The voters voted, and that's rigging. The voters didn't vote in Texas, but that's fine. That's hypocrisy. I'm gonna tell you what really is hypocrisy. Did you listen to the president with his little orange Cheeto looking ass? Did you listen to him this morning? What he said? Somebody need to take Grandpa Keys away. This man actually said, you know, a lot of people don't know what the filibuster is and things like that, but he had a breakfast with the Republicans this morning. He ordered them to get rid of the filibuster. And he told them, if you do what I say, if you just do what I say, you don't have to worry about the Democrats anymore. We will make laws where Democrats will never take office again. We will, that's what he said. And that's what the plan is. He told you his plan just blatantly right out in your face this morning. Trying to figure out where it said. It might be right here. Let me see. And it's one thing I'm gonna ask the chat to understand when people try to use like big intelligent words on you, and you know it sounds good, but you really don't know the meaning. Let me see if I can find it.
He was the head of Sullivan and Cromwell.
Let me see something.
That too is bad, but it doesn't make any difference. If you have one senator who writes a negative letter.
Okay, let me see. He always thinking about it.
If we don't do this, we're not going to be passing any legislation. They're going to approve anything. We're going to go 3 and 40 years. There won't be one bill that we're going to pass. Because the easiest thing to pass is exactly.
No, I'm trying to get to it, guys.
And they'll do that, and they'll wreak havoc. But let's assume they get it. They're doing it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. They're doing it and they get away with it. And the Republicans let them get away with it. And we won't do that if we have the filibuster. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And we're going to see if we can sway, because I know we have a lot of, we've done a lot, I'd say half, feel this way, maybe a little bit less than half. And it's time to have a really good talk. If I thought that they weren't going to pass the filibuster, I wouldn't even bring it up. They're going to pass it within the first hour. If they take power, and it's more likely that they take power if we don't do it, because we're not going to be passing any legislation. They're going to approve anything. We're going to go 3 and 40 years. There won't be one bill that we're going to pass. Because the easiest thing to pass is exactly right now what they won't pass. And they'll do that, and they'll wreak havoc. But let's assume they get it. They're doing it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. They're doing it anyway. And, you know, I have a case where I have great U.S. attorneys that can't be approved because of the blue slips. The blue slip letter, some great U.S. attorney. We had it in.
I'm trying to get to the part, guys.
Almost a meeting. Best student, best schools.
What are you talking about?
Again, the Kamikazes, the Democrats are not going to approve them. Blue slips are a disaster. Democrat, radical left lunatic senators are saying you can't, we're not
I can't find that clip.
zoning for one, is because they cheat. We would pass that in 15 minutes. If you don't get it, you'll never pass that. You'll never talk about mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots make it automatically corrupt. If you have mail-in ballots, automatically it's correct. Even Jimmy Carter, they had the Carter Commission after he got out of office, and he had a group of
But the thing is,
people.
you vote by mail-in ballot every time you vote, but he don't want you to do it.
Democrats and Republicans, and they passed, they recommended things take place. It was a long time ago. And they said about mail-in ballots, if there's mail-in ballots, there will definitely be corruption because, they pass through too many hands. I mean, you go in to vote and they want you, even me, I went into Palm Beach, you go in to vote, they want your card, you're this, you're that. They say, I'm sorry to do this, sir, but I have to look at your identification.
And see, this is the thing. This is how you know he lying about certain things. Now, I don't know where you guys from. I don't know where you live at. See, Trump is talking about voter ID and all this stuff. Okay, I get it. But here in Texas, we've been having voter ID. That's the way when you go in to vote in Texas, on the back of your ID or your driver's license, it's got that strip. Well, when you go in there in Texas, when you go in to vote in Texas, the back of your ID has a strip on it. They slide that, and it would tell the computer, the voting computer, if you're good to go, if you can vote or not, or if you had some like restriction on your voting, or if you didn't register to vote or whatever. They slide your ID. Now, if you are a legal immigrant, you don't get that same ID that the normal citizens get, so you wouldn't be able to slide that and vote. And this is let me tell you guys a true story that happened to me this this past voting cycle. For some reason, I just say, let me check my voting status, right? So I looked it up. I live in Texas. It said my voting status was suspended. Like I couldn't vote. So they said, fill out your address. Like my address wasn't correct, but I've been living here since the last time I voted. That's the only thing I had to fill out, is make sure my address was correct. You suspended my voting rights over an address issue? Greg Abbott of Texas did that to me. And see, if I wouldn't have looked and I just would have went up there, I wouldn't have been able to vote. And then come to find out, when I did the research, he suspended over 1 million Texas voter registration. Over 1 million. And you tell me that's not rigging an election? When you suspend over 1 million people's voter ID? Now, this is the thing.
Ready to win big?
If you don't know certain words or don't understand the meaning of certain words, then you can be lost in a conversation. Like, for the simple fact, that words do have meaning. Now, J.D. Vance, right?
He's trying to do everything that he can to make it as unpainless as.
Okay, that's what we're getting to. Now, J.D. Vance is a Harvard graduate, I think, some Harvard, Yale, or something like that. Very intelligent dude, right? Now, just follow me. Words have meaning. This is what he said. Now, I'm going to give you the word first. Painless. The word is painless. And J.D. Vance uses the word painless in an unfamiliar way, right? But when you hear it, you think, oh, he means the president is saying he's trying to make it easier for everybody going through this situation. Hello. Yeah. So what he says is this: I'm the president is trying to make it as unpainless. Now, painless, the definition of painless meaning without pain. So if something is unpainless, that means you're you're causing pain. So the vice president says Donald Trump is doing everything unpainless that he possibly can, meaning Donald Trump is doing everything he can to hurt you. Because he didn't say painless, he said unpainless. Now listen to him.
He's trying to do everything that he can.
Okay, let me go back a little bit.
Shut down painless. He's trying.
Watch this here.
Pain of the shutdown. Suffering is going to get a lot worse. Not because the president of the United States has failed to make the shutdown painless.
Look, listen to what I'm saying. He didn't fail to make the shutdown painless, and then he goes into use the word unpainless. This is what he wants to do.
Honestly, years from some of these Republicans. This time, it's J.D. Vance. Listen to him try to explain that Trump is not making decisions to worsen the pain of the shutdown.
Suffering is going to get a lot worse. Not because the president of the United States has failed to make the shutdown painless. He's tried to do everything that he can to make it as unpainless as possible. He's tried to do everything that he can.
To make it unpainless as possible. He's doing everything he can to harm you. See, words matter. Words matter, Mr. Vice President. Instead of trying to help Donald Trump. Let me get back on here.